you are desperately wanting to get into the real estate market and you find that a lot of the options that are available to you are in need of repairs, and they might even be fixer-uppers. Should you buy them? Let me talk to you about some of the things that you should consider before jumping into purchasing a fixer-upper. Hi, this is Heather Lynn with Keller Williams Palo Alto. Welcome to my channel. In this channel, we talk about living in Palo Alto and the greater Silicon Valley and the Bay Area neighborhoods. We also talk about market updates and how to sell your home for top dollar sale. If you find any of that information useful to you, please consider subscribing to my channel and hit that notification button so there will be new video coming your way every Monday. And by the way, we also talk about cats and wine because I'm a cat mom who loves wine. I have helped hundreds of families buy real estate here in the Bay Area. I would love to share my experience and my knowledge with you. Let's talk about personality traits. I have personally been someone who is not afraid of fixers because I enjoy just interior design. I enjoy architecture. I don't mind getting my hands dirty. So if you are someone who enjoys visiting places like Home Depot, Lowe's, or even like appliances stores, and then spend hours and hours on Pinterest looking at kitchen design, light fixtures, bathroom, tiles, buying a fixer might be a fun project for you, might be the right path for you. But if you are someone who likes to spend the weekends being out, taking a trip, or hang out with friends, and you dread going to the store and then seeing things breaking down really annoy you, buying a fixer-upper may not be the right path for you. So you have to be honest with yourself. Do you see yourself taking on a major renovation project or even like a weekend project? Now, you don't have to do everything on your own, of course. You could hire a handyman, you could hire a construction team. And by the way, if you need references, I do have people that I regularly use, so I'm happy to share those references with you if you're here in the Bay Area. But buying a fixer would mean that you have to be involved with the renovation process. So, ask yourself, are you someone who enjoys doing that? Can you stand messes? Can you stand old homes? Can you live in there for a little while before you have a good idea on what you want to do? Or do you want to move in ready and everything turnkey, ready to go? Ask yourself honest questions. Let's talk a little bit about the pros and cons of getting into a fixer. Now, many of the homes here in the Bay Area, especially single-family home with a lot, we're talking about a lot size of at least 5,000, 6,000 square feet. Those homes are predominantly single-family homes that were constructed in the 50s and the 60s when the Bay Areas were mostly developed. So you're going to run into homes that are at least 60 or 70-year-old in age. And if the home has not been improved, we consider that a little bit of a fixer-upper depending on the condition. But most likely you're going to have to update it one way or the other. Now, the pros of buying these type of homes is that you could customize the home to the way you want it. Right? You could pick out the carpet color, you could design your own bathroom, you could pick the fixtures, the vanity, the lights. You could have the kitchen open concept, take out a couple walls. Now open concept kitchen is really popular. So you could customize the home to your liking. That is the biggest advantage of buying the fixer. And while you are fixing the home, you might think about expanding it to build like a longer term equity. Now, because the building rule in California is becoming more and more relaxed towards building multiple units on one single family lot. You could do an ADU, accessory dwelling unit. I've I have had a lot of videos about that. So if you want to check into my most recent ADU conversion, check out this video right there. Or you could, having an accessory dwelling unit is another great benefit of buying a single family home, especially when the home needs fixes. You could, while you are renovating the home, you could build a second unit. Now the SB 9, SB 10 just passed that allows single family lot owners to build up to 4 units on their lot. Now this rule is still very new, so do check into it. It hasn't been implemented across the board yet, but it just passed the Senate. It's going to be a reality for those of us who are single family homeowners here in California. So those are the 2 advantages. And obviously the third advantage of getting into a fixer-upper is that with your sweat equity, with the work that you put in, you are more likely to increase the property value for the long-term appreciation. So that's another good benefit of owning a fixer-upper. Have you thought about buying a fixer-upper? Yes or no? Drop your comment down below. Now let's talk about the cons. Why should you be scared of getting into fixer-uppers? Well, the number one negative is that the cost. Construction cost is getting more expensive. Construction crews are in high demand right now. So the cost might be a factor that you want to look into. Most of the construction you pay cash. You have to have enough savings ready. Now we're talking about a kitchen renovation. If you want to get out the kitchen, redo everything, at least a $50,000 to $80,000 cost. A bathroom renovation, you're talking about $30,000 to $50,000 cost. And obviously there are other soft costs such as permit and architectural plan, and sometimes you have to do energy calculation. Not only the cost is a big unknown and you rely on the construction team to deliver, the timeline could also be something that you have to manage. Now, to have a home renovated, you're relying on a list of vendors: electrician, plumber, the general contractor, home inspector. If your home if you are going through a permitting process for the renovation, you're relying on your architects. You're relying on a whole array of vendors to deliver. So any delay on any person could delay the process. So I would say always account for an additional 20 to 30% of time and budget when you decide to do a large renovation of your property, and that could be a negative, and that could be something that may exceed your expectation. The other con is really, can you live when in dust? And maybe a lot of times when it comes to large renovation, they will cut out electricity and plumbing. So you virtually can't live in a home. Do you have another place to live while the home is being renovated? And we're talking about, for large renovations, it's typical to have to be out of the home for at least 6 months, sometimes up to a year and more. So do you have a secondary place, a temporary place to live in while your home is being renovated? And keep in mind that you are still paying that mortgage on the home that you're fixing while renting a secondary housing. So the cost could grow depending on how long the renovation is going to take. So that's another negative. And there are smaller renovations. If you are just trying to renovate the kitchen, it's possible to still live in the home. You will live off your microwave for a few months, but it's possible to still live in the home. But the home will be dusty a lot of times. Can you live with dust? There will be frequent cleaning if you live in a home where the construction team is in your space. So those are the things to consider, the pros and cons. I personally love fixer-upper. All my properties were fixers when I bought them, and I have learned some lessons about that. Now you know more about buying a fixer-upper. Feel free to give me a call if this is the direction you're thinking about. I could definitely introduce you some properties to consider. If you're thinking about purchasing a fixer-upper, check out this video right here. I did a video on the home improvements that will actually add value to your home, so check it out.